Hi, Dr. Heidi. Welcome back for another Tuesday talk with Dr. Heidi Wall-McGrath. Today, we're going to chat all things immune system, which is obviously relative to Olive's Kitchen because we focus on gut health primarily at Olive's Kitchen. That's what the supplement was built around. And we're finding, and I'm finding from these conversations, that everything, as we knew, interweaves back into the gut. So we're having another big deep dive today on immune health and how you can fix that. So are you cool, Dr. Heidi, if I jump in with the first question?
Yeah, hit me, Sammy.
Hit me. Okay, cool. So how does a dog's immune system actually work and what can weaken it?
So you've got to think of the immune system as like your highly trained security team. So you've got the first line of defense, you've got an innate immune system, and then you've got an adaptive immune system. So that's making it nice and simple for people. So your first line of defense in your immune system is the things that everybody can recognize. It's the dog's skin barrier. It's the ear canals. So I've got my little model here for people. So
Cool.
hopefully you can see there.
Yep.
So the dog's ear is a nice L. So this ear canal actually acts as part of the immune system as a barrier, a physical barrier to keep bugs on the outside. Likewise, the respiratory tract and the gut, those are physical barriers. So along with healthy bacteria living on and within the body, they prevent harmful bacteria from gaining entry. So that's your first line of defense within the dog's immune system. The second one's a little bit more scientific and technical. That's the innate immune system. So if you think of that like the Pac-Man chompers, so white blood cells, you've got your neutrophils and you've got your macrophages. So those are going to come along and they're going to actually eat bacteria, viruses and fungi, and they clean up all the damaged cells and take those away. Really, really important. And then you've got the adaptive guys, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So you've got T cell and B cell, big guys, lymphocytes. So they're the targeted response, and they create immune memory. So that means that your body, the first time it sees a virus, it has to manufacture from building blocks an antibody. I make this, I make that, I put this on the top, and that fits. And then it goes into memory, and if they see that virus again, memory cells make that really quickly. So it splits into production, and that's the adaptive immune system. So that's the 3 steps that you need for a normally functioning immune system in a dog. And there's several factors, a lot of factors that can weaken your dog's ability to regulate the immune system and do those things. So the immune system is less effective when it's constantly challenged and under attack.
Yeah.
There's lots of basic things that we often talk about that will weaken a dog's immune function, and they're all of my usuals: highly processed inflammatory food with really poor nutrient quality and density, chronic stress in a dog, anything from lack of sleep or just constant anxiety, that cortisol's really high. There might be stress in the house, there might be, say, family situation, particularly if we've got, any shouting, or dogs can be really sensitive to emotional stress. But general stress will weaken your dog's immune system just exactly the same as it does with little children. Like we've talked about in previous weeks, obesity will weaken your dog's immune system. Poor gut health. So repeated upset tummies and digestive disturbances, their immune system just starts to tank downwards because it's constantly under attack. Long-term inflammation. So that's things like chronic skin disease and chronic allergies. So I've got another little model here. I just think these models are really helpful. So this is normal skin barrier, and you've got, all the structures happening within the skin. But this is what a skin looks like when it's really under attack. So you've got this nasty big pus-filled cavity here around the follicle. You've got a really nasty staph boil sitting on the top of here, and you've got folliculitis, so inflammation and infection around the hair follicle. So if you've got a dog that's got chronic skin issues and chronic infection, that dog's immune system, because of the chronic nature of that, their immune system is becoming weaker. Smoking. So smoking in a household is not only bad for people, but your dog is breathing that air. And I certainly don't need to remind people that smoking is carcinogenic. And so I have seen small dogs that sit on their owner's knee while the owner is smoking. And these dogs' lungs were completely filled, soaking and drenched like a brown, scummy sponge. And they died of lung cancer. And the owners were quite shocked that that affected their dog. They were quite devastated because they obviously didn't put two and two together. But smoking doesn't belong inside, and it will affect your dog. So as well as chronic pain and underlying diseases, nutritional deficiency. So the big ones for me is zinc deficiency, I see really commonly. Selenium deficiency, very common in New Zealand because of our volcanic soil type.
Yeah.
Vitamin D deficiency. Your pet needs sunlight like you need sunlight.
Yeah.
So vitamin D, very important. Vitamin A, and all of your lovely omegas, your omega-3 fatty acids. So deficiencies in those things will weaken your dog's immune system.
Wow. I know, that's such a good point about the, like, I know
Lot, isn't it?
there's a lot that can weaken your dog's immune system. Lots of them are common sense. And obviously smoking, big no. Like, you can't smoke in front of anyone anymore. So don't do it in front of your pet. Like, treat them like a human, just like we treat them, how we feed them. Do not expose them. And like, even like chemicals, like, don't expose them to the pool bleach and all of those different things that you wouldn't let your kid do, so don't let your dog do it. So it's just, their lungs are the same, their immune system, they're going to be damaged. I guess, what are some signs that the dog immune system might be struggling? Like, how do I pick that up home as a dog owner? How am I seeing that?
So the immune system really sort of just switches off.
Yeah.
But what you'll see as a dog owner is that the immune system becomes unbalanced.
Yeah.
So symptoms to look for, things to look for that your dog's immune system is really struggling, is recurrent ear infections.
Yeah.
That's a really important one. So your dog's pinna, ear, will be red, inflamed. Instead of being able to literally put your finger down and clean their ear, it's so swollen and so red that they can't go anywhere. The discharge gets caught right down the horizontal part of the canal. It gets trapped, and the dog might be flicking their head. So that's a really common sign that your dog has an unbalanced immune system. Skin infection, hot spots, really slow healing. So if your dog has a wound and it just doesn't heal properly, that means those Pac-Man neutrophils and macrophages aren't cleaning up and doing their job quickly and efficiently, and you've got very poor wound healing of cleaning up dead cells and infection. Upset tummy, so vomiting and diarrhea. Recurrent gastrointestinal upset. Commonly see bladder infections, particularly in female dogs, but not always. That's a sign that the immune system's really unbalanced. Dental care, so the dog will have a malodorous breath, bad breath, despite probably you having quite good dental care. And then there's the dogs that the owners, they explain to me that the dog's just got no energy. And so when I ask them about that, I say that they're just a bit meh. And they say, they really just schlumpy, meh.
Yeah.
So that can indicate that your dog has got, reduced enthusiasm or life. There's no joy. Now, that's a sign of their immune system dysfunction. They're slow to recover from illness, and the key one, the really important one that I want to emphasise is that their allergies get worse
Yeah.
every year. Now that's
Okay.
an immune system issue.
It's so interesting hearing you say that because so many of our customers or people that maybe they're not customers yet, people that I speak to at like shows, they try so hard to like singular it out. So they're like, oh,
Mm,
it's just an allergy and it just happens at this time. And I'm like, it's actually like probably just getting better and the dog's dealing with it, and then it flares up again when it can't cope, and it's just actually
mm,
recurrent as you're just explaining quite clearly. And it's like
mm,
you need to tackle the root cause
mhm.
to get on top of this to give your dog that better life, that energy.
Sometimes an overactive immune system is
Yeah.
actually the problem
Yeah.
rather than a weak one. So we talk about balance. Conditions such as allergies and immune disease occurs when the regulation system is lost. So
Yeah.
we want balance because an overactive immune system will start hunting for things it shouldn't be hunting for, and that's where we end up with autoimmune disease.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't want weak, we don't want overly stimulated, we want balance. And that's
Balance.
where key food and supplements come in to balance that immune system through the gut. That's your underlying position of strength for a dog and their immune system.
Yeah. Balance, not over, not under.
Mm-hmm,
Balance.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I like that. We want balance. I feel like it's going to be a new tagline. So,
T-shirt.
the how much? I think I know the answer to this. How much of the
Sure.
dog's immune system, because it's on our website, actually lives in the gut?
So my answer is about 90%.
Yeah.
I'm researching the microbiome as part of my new research project, but current science says 70 to 90% of the immune systems associated with the gastrointestinal tract. For me, the healthy gut microbiome is not just where food is digested in the gut, it's actually the body's largest immune organ. And we've really come to that realization in the last 5 years. We were a little bit early.
Mm.
We had our research project going 5 and 6 years ago, and we happily cottoned on to this. But that's where we're at with the healthy microbiome. So up to 90% of the immune system is in the gut.
Mm.
And that the healthy gut microbiome trains the immune system. So it recognizes that this bug is harmless. Don't overreact, don't attack, don't create an immune because your barrier is intact. There might be some nasty bugs going down the gut, but you don't need to set up a napalm death squad because it's within the safety barrier.
Yeah.
So they'll just transit in, transit out. No problem, stand down. Don't need to hit DEFCON 10. The immune system also produces lots of beneficial things that actually reduce inflammation and help in the body. So toxins and bacteria stay inside the gut because when they go outside the gut, they'll leak. You've heard of leaky gut
Yep.
syndrome? So
Keep
they'll
going.
leak right into the bloodstream, and that's where it becomes a problem. So
Yeah.
this is why communication happens between the gut and the brain, the gut
Mm.
brain axis. Digestive health and immunity are inseparable. From a holistic point of view, we say healthy gut, healthy skin, healthy immune system.
Yeah.
That's the key. That's that simple. As a holistic vet, that's how I see the world.
Yeah. So like 3 layers all working together. Like they all need to be connecting and working.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, if one's out of kilter, it's a no-go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's how we get freedom.
Yeah.
That's how we resolve so many chronic diseases. So, as part of our NZBA policy by 2030, we're really seeking to reduce unnecessary use of antibiotics
Yes.
because they come with a very high toll. Now, we're not talking about using antibiotics where it's going to totally be appropriate for meningitis and and things. But we've cut our antibiotic use by 95% by focusing on strengthening immune systems and gut health, not every time a dog has vomiting and diarrhea, hitting it with antibiotics.
Yeah.
Because if you accept that 90% of the immune system's in the gut and antibiotics kill bacteria, which makes up the microbiome, those two things, you don't hit your immune system with antibiotics and wipe out 90% of your immune system and expect your dog to do well. We're trying to grow the garden, diversify the microbiome, and balance these systems. Much better long term. Less drugs, less visits to the vets, less upset tummies, and less vomiting and diarrhea. Healthy immune system.
That leads us perfectly into this next question, Heidi. Can you over supplement or over support the immune system? Is there such thing as too much, like feeding too much supplement, feeding too much of this? Like, can you overdo it?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Occasionally, as a holistic vet, see dogs arrive with a really unbalanced immune system,
Yeah.
and absolutely, you can overdo supplementation. So simple is best.
Simple as best. Feed as required. Feed what's on the packet. The next thing is, what is most impactful every day that dog owners can do to protect their dog's immune health?
Very quickly, so feed some fresh food in the bowl, even if you are feeding some processed food. Fresh food every day. 20% veggies and a meat patty in the bowl, wherever practical. Oily fish, omega-3, omega-6. Kiwi fruit, zinc, things like kelp, 53 vitamins and minerals. Colourful veggies, antioxidant-rich leafy greens, dietary fibre, probiotics. Maintain a healthy body weight. Do not let your dog become obese, because it's just a big problem that we see, unfortunately, in a lot of our dogs today. Daily exercise. It's not enough to take your dog for a 20-minute walk once every Sunday. They need to be exercising every day, suitable to your dog's age and their ability. Prioritise good sleep. So that means no chaos in the house around sleep time. So TV's off, Wi-Fi off, a really safe place for your dog to go and sleep, and not necessarily with you on your bed, because a lot of dogs will not sleep well and deeply when they're with an owner. So think about that. You may prefer that, but you may also find that if you're stressed and you can't quite get that under control, that you're actually passing that on as a mirror to your dog. So your dog may actually do better if they have their own little den, their own little kennel, or their own little place inside, like a dog crate. You can put a lovely thick pad, sheepskin, woolly snuggly place for them to be nice and calm and quiet away from Wi-Fi.
That's actually something else. Like, it is like don't have it next to the Wi-Fi unit. Like, that's actually really bad. Like the transmitting. I'm not going to pretend I know exactly what happens with Wi-Fi, but the waves or whatever's coming out of it, like you don't want that just projecting into your dog's sort of orbit all the time.
No, not at all. No.
Yeah.
Reducing chronic stress. So fun, joy, positive social interaction, play dates, going to doggy daycare and having a Zoom and a hoon.
Yeah.
Lots of training, lots of enrichment. Those things are really fun for dogs. Keep their skin healthy through regular grooming and prompt treatment if they have skin infection, dermatitis and allergies. Practice daily dental care if you can. Oral inflammation really affects the whole body of the dog. And avoid unnecessary antibiotics. Use them only when truly indicated, and treat targeted therapy where appropriate. And then if you have to use antibiotics, please use probiotics to repopulate the gut microbiome. And then, from a veterinary hat on, schedule regular 6-monthly health wellness checks. So you're not waiting for your dog to be unwell. We can often pick things well in advance before they become a big, expensive problem. I love to see dogs more regularly. My job is to keep them well for the entirety of their lifetime. So My philosophy is all about building health and wellness, not chasing disease.
Yeah. That's so important. Yeah, regular checkups. Start early. Just get them checked. Like, don't wait until it's the very last minute and it's really bad and you're going to have to go down this big rabbit hole to get it fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Just go regularly, just like
Mm-hmm.
we should, monitoring our health. And if you were thinking about realigning the gut in any way or wanted to use something daily, you can give Doggy Daily a go. If you're not already using it, because lots of our followers and users obviously already use Doggy Daily, but it's maintenance. It's something to keep your dog vitality in a boost every day. Oh, well, thank you,
Thanks,
Dr.
Sammy.
Heidi. I feel like we've covered lots today. And thank you so much for your time again.
My pleasure. Have a great day.
Right, see
Bye.
you.